Hi, I'm Subu bringing crafting to you, and today, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to me, as I love doing live videos and interacting with people. But until I get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I cannot do lives, so I have to record and upload later. So, what I want to say that in October 2021, this is my hostess code to use this month. And anybody who buys from me this month is going to be able to create one of these for themselves. I have already given one to one customer. She chose the silver one, which I'll show you inside. So you get everything to make this. The only things that I've not done is punched out this. I've given you, punched out this. I've given you the actual piece, a square piece to make this. I've given you everything that you need. So you get your snowflakes and you get your deer. You get the piece here and the piece here. I cannot give you the embossed Merry Christmas, which is from the Joy of Sharing, which is in clearance. This is for unto us in the, I think it's in the new July to December catalogue, and this is from the Christmas traditional Christmas punch box that's also in clearance. The paper you can no longer get, but you'll be, if you choose this one, which I'm calling silver, then you will be getting the paper and the ribbons. So you get everything to make 3 tags. And you can choose to make silver or gold, and you can use your own stamp sets to make the Merry Christmas and the sentiment on the side there. I've also put 2 extra little pieces in if you wanted to put one on here and one on here. So I think you can keep it for yourself, or it's a beautiful gift to give away. So this is just the gift from me, the make and take. You will also get a Stampin' Up product as well. So to shop with me, this is the unique code that will get you straight to me. So if you go on to Stampin' Up and you put in that code, it's unique to me, so you'll come back to shop with me. Okay, so as I say, I've got to cut another blue one, which I'm calling silver, so I'm calling this gold, and you'll get to choose whether you want the silver or the gold. They're both beautiful. Right, so if you want to take a screenshot, there it is, the hostess code 54321. It's gone. Right, so today I'm showing you the lovely Expressions in Ink paper pumpkin box. We don't get the paper pumpkin boxes in Europe, only every now and again, and this is one that we are allowed to have. It was released in America in June this year, but we can now purchase it now, and I think it's a beautiful set because, as you know, I love artistically inked, and it's a great set. So today I thought I'd show you an alternative to make with it, because in it you get everything you can make to make 9 cards. I'm showing you an alternative to make. Now I have done something ahead of time and cut out. So in it you get a stamp set, and of course once you have used your all the things in the box, you'll still have your stamp set to work with. I just love this. It's great. So what I wanted to show you is this beautiful floral here. I've gone ahead and stamped this on the card that you get. So you can see I have stamped it here and I've stamped it here, and I've already fussy cut those out. So I've done those ahead of time. And I've also coloured it using the inks that you get in the kit. Now I'm trying to stick to just the kit, everything you get with the kit, but the only things that I love in my stash is a blender pen and an aqua painter. I think they're great. So I actually used my aqua painter to paint my leaves, and I used my blender pen to do the flowers. Now how you do that is you just put some of this ink on the stamping block, and then you pick it up with either your aqua painter for the leaves, and then you put some of the bumblebee on and you use your blender pen to pick up that. So I've done 2 ahead of time. I have also stamped, because this is the sentiment ones, I've already stamped You Are Amazing. I've also stamped Sending Hugs, and I had to go with the little sprig that you get, and I had to go to petal at a time. I was not very happy with that, so I stamped again using this bit here. So I've stamped it on this, and I fussy cut it out, and I'm going to put that so that it goes on the top of there, and I'm going to leave it in white. Okay, and I might put some the glittery Wink of Stella on there. Okay, so I'm also going to use this, which comes in the kit, and I'm going to use some of this, which comes in the kit, and I'm also maybe going to use this. I haven't quite decided whether that's going to work or not, so I'll just put those on one side, and we're going to use the Evening Evergreen card base. Now this is the note size. I'm not sure whether you call them notelets or what they call them, but I'm going to turn it to the white side to start with, and I've already put the stamp that I'm going to do on here, and I'm just going to open up my ink pad. Now because our inks are fast drying, I like to keep them down by using the sticky and sticking it back down, so keep doing that. So I'm just going to place I'm going to place it like that, and I like to stamp on it as though it's a big block. Okay, and just getting, you want a piece of cheap photocopier paper, so I'm just going to use cheap photocopying paper that's going to be underneath, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this all over the place. So just going to make sure it's there. So I'm going to stamp off. What am I doing? It's not stamping well. Now when you get this, it's because these are photopolymer stamps, and they are not good on hard surfaces. You are better with a soft surface. Under my tablecloth I have a heat mat that is a bit spongy. Now usually what I get out is my stamping mat, and I've packed them away, so I'm not going to get those out, but they are the best thing to stamp on, so I wouldn't have got problems if I'd have got that out, because now you can see, now that I've got the spring behind it, I'm not having any trouble now. So you're just going to randomly build this up, doing light and dark. So just stamping on your ink pad and then stamping again, and it gives this lovely effect. Now I'm not sure how much of this will show, so but I want to do it all, so I'm just stamping and stamping off, and it's just random. The more random you do, the better. So just put some light and dark, and I'm going to twist it and twist it around as well, so that you get different effects on it. I just love them. I think they are excellent for beginners, because you can't go wrong with these watercoloured ones. They're just so easy to do. and you're just stamping on top. That works out great. So put a bit lighter there, though just the darker and lighter. And let's just bring that in there. There we go. And if you feel there's any white bits, I'm not in the crease there, and there's a bit there, so just stamping in there. So that makes a lovely background, so that's great. So I'm just going to close up my inks, because you better, every time you can close your ink pad, the better. And because it is a photopolymer, I use my chamois to clean the photopolymer stamps up. So I'm just going to clean that. So there we go. So I'll just pop that out of the way. Okay, so I can bring back in my border now, and off we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is, doesn't matter which way you do this at the moment, so I'm just going to put this in at 1 inch. So I'm just going to see, and I'm going to bring up my trimming blade. So I'm going to put it in at 1 inch. So I've put it in at 1 inch, and then I'm looking on my track where the 1 inch mark is. So I'm not putting my rail down until I've got it at 1 inch. So I'm looking over the top now of my camera, got it at 1 inch, and then make sure that that's at 1 inch so that I'm getting it straight. It's hard when you've got the camera in the way. So I'm looking again to see if that is, I've got that at 1 inch and that at 1 inch. Yeah, so then I'm going to come it down, and I'm going to pull it down to 3 inches. So I'm looking to pull it down to 3 inches. Okay, so I'll show you. I've made sure that I've gone 1 inch down on there, and I've slid it down from the 1 inch to my 3 inch. Here I've made sure that this is at 1 inch. Okay, I'm then going to move it along and bring it back to the 1 inch on this side this time. So I'm getting the 1 inch. Also, I'm putting it back to 1 inch. Sorry about the camera roll. So I'm getting it at 1 inch, and then when I'm happy that it's at 1 inch, I'm going to pull it down to 3 inches. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to turn it on its side and move my cutting blade out of the way, and just checking on what I did, 1 3/4, right? So then where it's on the cut side, so you've got the cut size like that, I've moved my cutting blade out of the way, and I've putting it in at 1 3/4. And this time I'm going to use my scoring blade. So I'm just going to take that, my score blade, down to my 1 inch. So I'm looking at the 1 inch, and I'm just scoring at the 1 inch. That's it. And I can actually leave it in there. So let's put it back again to the 1 3/4. And I'm going to come up from the 5 inch to the 4 inch. So, or where you can see your cut mark. Okay, so I have got 2 score lines now, there and there. And I'm then going to turn this around and put it in at the 3 inch mark. So again, these are where your score lines are and your cut bit, and you're going to put it in at 3 inch. You are again going to move the scoring blade out of the way, bring back in your blade, but you are going to bring your blade back to the 1 inch position. So you're going to have it at the 1 inch position, and that is going to be where your cut line is. So you're going to see your cut line just there, and your blade is going to be where your cut line is. You're going to bring that down and find your other cut mark, which should be at the 4-inch mark. So when you bring it up, you should be able to bend those two there, and you should be able to bend those down like that. So let's move this out of the way so you can see. So I'm now going to bring in my bone folder and show you. So you should have a little piece that's attached to your card still. So you've got that little piece that's attached to your card, and these two here you're going to pinch, and that is going to sit up for you like that, and you're going to crease these two down. So I'm going to, like normal, just put this card, so you can either have it that way or you can have it the other way. It's entirely up to you which way you want to do it, whether you want that to be showing. I'm just going to have a look now at my pieces. I've buried them to see which way I want it. So I'm going to see, do I want it so that I've got 3 greens showing like that, or do I want it so that it's the other way up and it's showing just the darker green round there like that? So, oh, you can't see again. I'm sorry, I'm working in such a tight space and sometimes I'm not getting in camera view. I'm trying to keep my board so that I remember to get in viewing, and with nobody being there to talk to me, I don't know whether you're seeing this properly or not. So I'll try and keep a better eye out there. So I can do it like that, or I can have it the other way and have my green showing like that. So let's see, like that. I can't make my mind up whether to do it that way or do it the other way. Quite like this. I think this has worked out well. So mirroring it. So actually I like that, the background. So I'm going to make my mind up now. I'm going to have that as the background. So when you've made your mind up, just go through and crease your score lines now. So I'm going to bring that in and crease that now, and that will go down like that, but then it will pop up like that. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I've chosen this and I'm going to pop that on there, and then I'm going to get my vellum, and my vellum's going to fit in the middle. So I am going to see how big I need my vellum now. So this piece actually is measuring 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, and so we are how much shorter this way? So we are about 3/4 of an inch. So I want 3/4 of an inch. So if that's 3, I want 2.5. So I'm going to go for 2.5. Now this is such pretty vellum, so I want to get the maximum use out of it. And I don't know whether you can see this or not, but this is minute, kind of the massive one that you get with the expressions in ink. This is the die shape exactly, so that's really lovely. So I'm going to pop that on there. Although I do like this, I do like what I've done here. I don't know whether to actually go. Let's have a look. I don't know whether I'm going to bother using that in it. I so like what I've done here. I think I'm going to make a little one. Now, will this work? Is it going to be big enough? So if I did one sort of in there, is this going to be big enough to put these on here? Yes, I think it will work. So I'm going to change my mind altogether. I'm only going to use the card base and a piece of the vellum, only now I'm cutting the vellum smaller, so I'll have some more vellum because I really do like what I've done. So now I'm showing all this. I don't want to get rid of that because I think it's lovely. So this here, this piece measures about 3 inches, so I'm going to come in and do 2 3/4. Let's see if we can, and I'll put that away so we've got that. So I'm going to pop this in the middle of this. Yes, I think I will. Okay, so that's going to go in the middle, so I'm going to pop the vellum in the middle. So I've made up my mind now, so I'm going to use my glue, and I'm not going to worry about it showing. I'm just going to go for it. So we'll pop that in there and pop this on in the middle. So we've got a little bit more at the top and the bottom. We're going to bring that in there, and then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to bring in the dimensionals, and I want to use my dimensionals because those that come in the kit are great for actually using when I'm teaching classes. So we're going to go for that. So this is going to come off, and I'm going to use this and put that in the middle. Let me just move my trimming board out of the way. So I've got, so this is going to go in the middle. Oh, I think I've got that in the middle. So look what that looks like when we pop it up. Yeah, like that. And then we'll pop the flowers, so that one there, and I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. So I'm going to pop it so that I've got a dimensional up there, so that's going to, yeah, that's going to work. And I'll pop one about there, and then we'll put some glue on the edge down here and pop that around the writing, so that's coming off there. And I think I've worked that right. Just let me see. Yeah, I have. So I've worked that right. Oh, I've got another flower, so that wants to go that way. We'll put that at an angle as well. So we'll put one of my dimensionals about there, and the other one will have to be careful. I might put a mini, so let me get a mini now. What have I done with my minis? I've left a mini here, of course. So let's just pop a mini because I don't want to go outside, so I'm going to pop that up in that corner. So that's working there to not go on there, and then I can pop one, a larger one, okay, at the bottom, I think. Oops, peel that off and stick that at the bottom. Okay, and then I'll just pop some bit of glue on there and pop that going round. You're amazing. Okay, so just checking that this pops up. Yeah, and to put the bottom, to hold it up in position, I have my little sentiment one. What have I done with that? There's my flower from a sentiment, and there's my sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this up on some dimensionals. Yep, about there. So just put some dimensionals on the back. Need about 4 to support it well. And take these off. Now before I do that, I'm going to glue on my flower. So let's see whereabouts I want to cover up what I did underneath. So put it there, about there. So I've got the little flower. Now what I thought I'd do is you get some lovely sequins in here. So we're going to get a sequins off. So I'm using my pick tool, and I thought I'd stick a sequins right in the middle of this flower. So stick that there, and I thought I'd stick one right in the middle of this flower. And then one right in the middle of that flower. So we've got a couple of sequins there like that. Okay, and so peel off the back of here. Got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then pop this up in here. So I need to make sure that that is at the same either side. Let's just use my guide to get it straight. Let's have a look. Oops, that was my hair tucked on that, I think. So do I want that, or do I want it a bit higher? Let's get that straight. I think that will be all right. Okay, we've got those there like that. So and sending hugs. You are amazing, and sending hugs. So I think that's really pretty. And to be honest, I've only really used the card base and 2 of the sentiment labels, and these, of course, the flowers, I have used the paper that comes with the pack to print them. I did it in the Evening Everglade, and then I've coloured with Evening Everglade and Bumblebee, and so and I've stamped with Bumblebee here and here. And I think really that is such a simple, beautiful card, dead easy to make, and it looks, with it being a small card, sending that to somebody, it looks really lovely because you've got the envelopes to go with them, and the envelopes are plain, so we could actually stamp something on these envelopes. Now, I don't normally go for stamping on envelopes very much, but I think I ought to in this case, because what we could do is we could match what I've done here. We could match this on the envelope. Now, I'm not too worried if I come over down here. So I'm going to start off with I'll put my paper underneath and come back to stamping in the Evening Evergreen, whatever it's called. I can never remember. Let's do that there. So that there. Oops. And I've done it again because I'm not stamping on a soft surface. So let's take my hardboard away again and stamp there. Let's rotate that round a bit. So a bit there, bit there. Now let's do a little bit in this corner. So, oops, don't like that, so can come. And I'm going to stamp off and stamp now. And I will do a little bit there and stamping off, stamp off in the corner there. Okay, so that one, let's just put a little bit there. Okay, and a little bit there. That didn't stamp very well, so just let's put a bit there, and just that in that edge there. Okay, so we've got a beautiful envelope now. So we've got a little bit of our watercolour effect coming on the front, and in fact I think I'm going to do it down the side as well. So let's go for doing it down the side as well. So it's going to be coming off there, and let's frame it. So I'm going to come off there, and that there, and that there, and there. Okay, so you've still got room to write your address in the middle there, and you have got beautiful display on the back that matches your card, and being able to write your address. Your stamp will not be covered up, of course, so that's something interesting, something that I don't usually do, but I think that going in there, I think that that is lovely. Okay, I hope you like that. It's the Expressions in Ink, I think it's, what's it called? And as I say, yeah, Expressions in Ink. And I've only used what's in the kit. I've even used, as I say, the paper to make these that is in the kit. So I used, remember, I've used this here where I've stamped and coloured that in from there. So I've got all this that I can still use, and I've still got that from there because I didn't use that in the finish. I just like it as it is. So hope you do too. So thank you very much for joining. Do appreciate that you have joined me today, and stay safe, stay well. Bye.